And what do we have here? Look what I got. Oh man, I got it all. I've got a paramilitary too, and I love the paramilitary too. It's like the most common sense, practical knife out there, or one of the top ones for that matter. So, I mean, I've got MagnaCut, I got Crewware, I got whatever. I've got one in M390, all this. Now I got one in S45VN, and this one, my friends, is got the graphics on here. This is project number 5 for Northern Knives. I'll give you the link. Northern Knives, okay? They've been doing these projects with Munko knives. Munko knives, Paul Munko, also known as Colorful Filth, okay? So he's a graphics guy. He had the Colorful Filth Instagram for years before he started into Munko knives, and he developed Munko knives, I think, as a result of doing the Comet for Kaiser, okay? And so then recently he's done the Clairvoyant for Kaiser as well. But in the meantime, he's been doing these projects with Northern Knives because they got the fancy schmancy laser stuff, and they can do the Cerakote. This is Cerakote, okay? These are Flytanium scales, okay? So you got titanium, you got Flytanium hardware, and see the screws here? They're color matching the screws with the artwork. Can you see that? See the blue kind of in there? The yellow, blah, blah, blah. All this through here. So they're color matching this. They're Cerakote, the laser work, the color graphics, okay, that I think are laser stuff. So, it's there to stay. I think it's going to take some doing to try and deplete Cerakote off of handle. But, I mean, help yourself to try. This one is probably not going to be my regular carry because this is more of an art knife. But, I mean, you can use it, you can carry it, you can do what you want, right? And this will be available in a limited number, okay? Of course, this is a normal compression lock, all this. I want to kind of keep this out here so you can see, and or I can fold it up. But yes, I mean, this part, of course, is anodized. So, you can take some Windex on that or alcohol, whatever, and rub that, because you start putting your grubby paws there. It's going to kind of look more bronzish than goldish. But this, I don't think you're going to do much with that because that's Cerakote and their laser treatment that they do there. And if you've seen the other projects that Paul Munko has done graphics on, or if you haven't, just take the link that I got below there, go to Northern Knives. You can sign up for one of these knives, okay? But they're on pre-order from now, okay, until, and technically now is May 1, until I think June 5th or 6th. I'll put the information down below, but you can go to the link. It'll take you to this, and you can sign up and get on the list to get one of these knives. And the more that get ordered, the cheaper the price. And they'll show you the pricing tiers on there when you go to order. But I mean, really, if you add the price of the knife, what it costs you for the Flytanium scales, what it costs you for the Flytanium hardware, and all the rest, you're getting a hell of a deal. And it comes in a box, and here's the original pocket clip. So I don't have that attached right now. I have a different pocket clip coming in, and it's not arrived yet, but I'm going to do a deep carry, kind of a deep carry bronze or gold pocket clip, because I thought it would go well with this. But, really you could do a purple one, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even this kind of color blue pocket clip. So you could do purple, you could do blue, you could do whatever you wanted, okay? And yeah, at some level, these tracks look black but they're really purple, aren't they? So there's a lot of, and you know what? Okay, so you get the knife, you get the Flytanium scales with all the graphics and all the lasering and the Cerakote and everything that's done. And you get this little short novel thing that he did called The Fallen. And that's the theme of the knife. That's what it's called, The Fallen, okay? It took me long enough to get around to that point, didn't it? The Fallen. Munko, Northern Knives, this, that, and the other. And so you can go through here and read this, but in the back here, my name is Paul Munko. Oh, a hell of a musician, songwriter, everything. On here, this shows you the other types of projects that he's done with Northern Knives. I had this one for a while. I had this Kaiser that he did. I think that was the first one. I never did get the bug out. Oh, they're showing his clairvoyant here, although that's not a project, but I mean, in the Comet, of course, because, and then here's his stuff for online social media links and stuff. So this is what you get with this, The Fallen. Of course, I don't have my camera backed up enough to get that whole thing in there. Oh, by the way, if you're into stickers too, you get this. And so here's the stickers that came with it when I got it. Northern Knives, Spyderco, of course, that kind of thing. Then Flytanium, okay. Colorful Filth. Yes. Then, protected by a gal with a knife. Or, warning, protected by a guy with a knife. And then, of course, to keep up with political correctness, protected by, by a non-binary. No, just kidding. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. We'll talk about that some other time. But no, this, if you know who you are, if you like graphics and you like this customization, it seems like a lot of guys are going for, Flytanium's selling crazy amounts of stuff out there. So, of course, a lot of people are dressing up their knives. They're getting titanium. They're having it anodized. They're having different effects done. They're having them fragged and milled and done this and that. So here you go. I mean, really, pretty much, I added it up in my head, and what they're asking for this knife is kind of the total sum of, if you just buy this knife, standard, and then you add the Flytanium scales and you add the hardware, and then almost really not even charging for the artwork, the laser, the Cerakote, and that. At least the way I'm putting the numbers together. So this really, I think, is a heck of a nice deal if, this kind of, customization is something that you're into. And yes, I like it. It's definitely a conversation piece, isn't it? And zombies are big. Zombies have been very big for a long time. And you know what? It's a knife. It's actually a knife you can carry, you can use. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So S45VN, that's damn good steel. We really like that. It's nice because it's a compression lock. It's easy to open and close, easy to flick. Yeah. So I love the paramilitary. I do love the paramilitary. I've got, like I said, I think I've got, with this one, I've got either 5 or 6 of them. 126 grams, okay. And what are the ounces on this? Okay, 4.4, not bad. 4.4 ounces on this. A standard Para 2 with G10 scales is 3.8, or close to 4. So this is not much heavier. This is like 5 or 6 tenths heavier than a standard issue one, and probably about the same thickness. Usually the thickness of the one with G10 scales is, I'm going to say 0.46, I think. Wow, this is actually a little thinner, which doesn't really make much sense. Okay, 11.1. So these, somehow, this turns out to be just a little bit thinner, but a little bit heavier, okay, in your pocket. So just remember, May 1st to like June 5th, use the link below. And what do you think? Is that a good looking knife? The Cerakote's really interesting, isn't it? I think the more you look at it, the more you go, wow, that's, and you know what? They explain how they did that process. It's on their website. And I don't know if I've got some information here. And here's like colorful field, blah, 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 buy online, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you'll see that when you get on there, this and that, the fallen, and then the explanation, two-stage Cerakote, applied to the scales for the desert sand colors. Then they do masking with the laser, removing the Cerakote, applying various different layers of anodizing. They color the match screws, and then the lanyard tube as well to go with the art. And they say each scale takes about an hour and a half if done individually. And I can only imagine, okay? So, yeah, it's a good looking knife. I like it. And, you know, I like doing, Paul, young guy, very artistic. Obviously, you know, he can design knives because that Clairvoyant is a great looking knife. And he writes and plays music, sings, you know, he's an artist. And he's worked with clothing manufacturers and stuff like that. If you look at his Colorful Filth account, yeah, he's got a lot of followers. So, yeah, he's doing great. And I think he's going to be in Atlanta for Blade. So I'm going to get to meet him face to face for the first time, even though I've been talking to him for, God, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Back and forth. When he first started getting interested in knives, he contacted me, started asking questions and getting my opinions on stuff, which was dangerous, right? No, don't ask LTK. You'll get the wrong crap. No, but so we've struck up a friendship and been back and forth discussing, but this is way cool, hey? All right, I'm going to leave you out. What do you think? Project 5. Check it out. We do. We love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.